It has been a hot minute since we've recorded one of these. For anybody who doesn't know, hello and welcome. We are the Clodcast. We are the dedicated podcast to the Clodsire Premier League, aka CPL, and no, it does not stand for Child Porn League.
That's one hell of a way to start a video.
Yeah, we have we have been made aware of that slight mistake in the shortage of the name. But anyways, hello. My name is Ben. I'm one half of the owners of the server, and I'm here with one of our moderators and the main co-host of the Clodcast, Roy.
Hello, people.
And we're here with one of our elite employees, Harry.
Hello, everyone.
Now then,
Ben. By the way, you're not sharing the screen.
Great start to the season.
Yeah, great start. This is a running gag.
I was assuming he knew.
No, I did not.
Oh, I knew from the start how to share screen. I wanted to wait to say it.
Anyways, yeah, we are ranking teams in the QUAGSIRE division. Why is the QUAGSIRE division first? Well, we finished the draft first, so sucks to be the rest, I guess.
Yeah.
Now
This is why I got demoted. I jumped too much.
Now then, for anybody who doesn't know how we rank teams based on criteria. It does not have anything to do with the coach who's using the team. Otherwise, any team Callum would make will automatically be first place, but never mind that. Now then.
And Pate would be
We're not biased, I swear.
Yeah. It will go from 16 to 1, so we will start with the worst team, move up to the best team, and we will talk about why the team is ranked in the specific position it is. And just to explain how exactly our ranking system works, why not jump into number 16, which is Terabyte.
1 second, I'm just going to ping Terabyte and see if he wants to join us.
I mean, a professional opinion on his team.
He's probably off to
sleep
sleep already, though, considering he works construction.
Nah, he's on FIFA.
Yeah, but he's not gonna go get in for a 2-hour podcast when he has to wake up at like 4 or 5.
We didn't need for this bet.
Fair. Anyways, you can see 4 different criteria and the total. Now, what are the criteria? Basics, offensive core, defensive core, and support. The basics is pretty all of these are pretty self-explanatory, to be fair. The basics is, do you have every basic a standard draft should have? That means, do you have every important typing? Do you have good speed tier? Do you have hazard setting and hazard removal? And do you have something like momentum on your team as well? Because it is hard in this day and age of drafting. It is hard to make a team work that does not have momentum.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now then,
kind of need it.
Let's get started on offensive core as well. It's very simple. How good does your offensive core gel, and how good is the offensive core?
I like it a lot here.
Then we have defensive core as well. How good do the defensive walls of your team bounce off each other, and how good are they in general? And support, how well does the team support itself? And then that creates a total. Now for Terabyte. Let's start with the basics. As we can see, there's a few typings missing and 2 crucial ones. We don't have a normal type. We don't have which sometimes is important, sometimes is not. I will get into on this team, it's okay, as your dark type is a pretty bulky one in Hoopa and Bound, at least specially, physically not so much.
Yeah.
That means poltergeists will hurt still. Ice type is not important, so no need to talk about it. Fighting type is nice to have, but not important. Now comes one of the big ones, though, not having a ground type.
And bug. They're missing bug. They're missing bug as well, but that's not important.
The most important type.
Yeah. Now we get to the two important ones: not having a ground type and not having a fairy type. Roy, do you want to get into
Ouch.
why not having those types is is pretty crucial?
So the ground type is very simple. If Mon has a fault switch, it can just fault switch around on you, very key defensive typing, often helps hazards. Fairy type is usually because you then have basically its key resistances, like it basically is immune to dragon type. So unless you have a really good steel, you're in trouble from Draco spam. It also leaves you in trouble from fighting moves. This team doesn't worry so much about fighting moves. But the big problem here is fairy resists dark. Terabyte does not have a single resist to dark or knockoff.
Yeah.
That's mental.
So not only is Volt Switch very spammable into Terabyte, Dark type moves are also very spammable into Terabyte.
Especially knockoff,
Yeah.
which is one of the most common moves in the game.
Yeah.
It only counters what, like Megasco villain at a push?
Yeah.
Which will burn it, to be fair. So that is counter, but
yeah. Now let's get into his
not
speed
ideal.
speed tiers. His speed tiers, like, let's start from bottom to top. He has 2 very slow mons and 75 Megascovel and 80 Hoopam Bound, which is fine. Then there's a gap between Mew and Hoopam Bound, which is created by... so basically, most gaps are 15 points. If it goes above 15 points of a gap, it's significant, as any mon at 96 to 99 speed will be able to run Adamant or Modest sets.
Mhm.
So there's a little speed gap. It's not the most important one, to be fair, because there's not a lot of Pokemon that fall specifically into this category of 96 to 99 speed that are like giga threats, but there are some. And then we obviously have the speed gap between Dragapult and Thundurus. You want, while you have a really fast mon in Dragapult, you want to have something that bridges the gap a little bit between Thundurus and Dragapult, just because anything that's like, let's say anything that's 130,
Spectria.
yeah, for example, will just run Modest on you, like no shot.
Especially in this team where it's not many Ghost Resist. If that node is just one being Garganacl and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get to hazards. Hazard setting is there, mostly carried by Mew probably, and like the rocks from Garg and spikes from the Ogerpon. Removal is actually pretty good. The Thundy Eye is a solid remover mon. Tentacruel is obviously a great spinner, and then you have backup Defogger and Mew. And momentum's also very solid. You have enough momentum there on the team.
It's most of the key. The main problem is the key weakness is it's just basically like no knockoff switches, no fault switch. Was it really like immunity? So it's very easy for common moves just to be smashed into this team.
Yeah.
Megasco Villain is going to be working. Which, to be fair, the strategy of this team is Megasco Villain and being a nuisance. Does Megasco Villain get synthesis actually? On an unrelated note, that's actually a really good question.
It does.
I actually know.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I see the vision for this team, and to be fair, this is a better version of another person who's drafted a Megasco Villain team. I will say that, but this has a lot of weaknesses.
Actually, Scavillain does not get synthesis unless it says
Really?
unless it says EA buff, and I don't know about it.
Let me check champions. A second.
I don't think it does. I feel like that'd been a big one that people would have pointed out sooner.
No,
No, it
doesn't
does
get it.
not. So
Ouch.
it's recovery.
Giga Drain Leech Seed.
It's recovery's Giga Drain Leech Seed. Yep.
You
Or
don't want to be
Ingrained.
sending Scovillain in on the dot type moves then, really.
Yeah. Now then, let's go to the offensive core. So, on the physical side, we have Dragapult, we have Niche Thunder sets, we have Ogerpon, we have Hoopa Unbound, we have Mega Villain, and we have Melmetal. On the special side, Dragapult, again, is a good special attacker, even though it's only 100. Thunderous, we have Hoopa Unbound, we have Mega Villain again. And to consider for both offenses as well as Mew, because it can run setup sets.
And you can also run Source Dance Central.
Yeah, you can, but
apparently
it's
semi-final winning strategy.
Yeah, so the offense works well. There's also some Pokemon that gel together well, because For example, like Dragapult sometimes struggles to hit fairy types well, and he has the Melmetal to take care of that for him. Mega Skull Villain hits a lot of stuff for pretty good damage, and anything it can't hit, Hoopa and Bound will be sure to hit. So yeah, there is definitely some synergy on the offensive side, especially with the momentum as well. To get into Hoopa and Bound often it's pretty good.
Like a mini Trick Room team mode here as well, no? With
oh yeah,
Melmetal and Hooper Unbound.
yeah, for sure.
A Mew.
Yeah, this team can go really fast or really slow, which is good.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that helped it a bit as well.
Yeah. The defensive core is a little bit of an issue. As mentioned before, not having a ground type makes you obviously more vulnerable to Volt Switch momentum. No fairy type, obviously you can get Dracoed, and without reliable recovery on any of the defensive mons except for Mew and Garg, your team's gonna break at some point. Especially since
especially Melmetal was especially defensively weak as well.
Yeah, like Melmetal is gonna be run AV a lot probably, just so it can take Draco Meteors.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously not a single resistance to Dark. So yeah, Dark types are gonna hit hard into this team, and it's gonna be abused.
Oh, then Mew, does he have a Wish Passer? He doesn't, right?
No, Mew's the only Wish Passer on this team.
And Mew has to apply to too many roles then in that case.
Yeah, the problem.
I don't think I didn't even know Mew got Wish, to be honest.
I assume it does.
It might not.
I don't think it does. I'll check. I should know this. It might get Healing Wish. No, it doesn't get Wish or Healing Wish. There's no Wish on this team.
So it's just no Wish period, okay.
Yeah, so there is no way to recover some of these mons except if you put leftovers on them. So yeah, the defensive core is definitely while the mons themselves are not bad, it is more about they have to fulfill too many roles for them to be good in other defensive aspects. Like, yes, the Melmetal is your steel type. It resists a shit ton of stuff, and it can come in on a lot of stuff, but it's also your only solid dragon type switch in.
Yeah,
exactly.
But we get
and we're not in Terra anymore, so you can't just fix that.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
But now we get to a very good part of this team again, the support, and there's a good reason the support is so good because, first of all, we have Mew, one of the best supporting mons in general because it can do almost anything it wants to. We have a lot of taunt, we have a lot of knockoff, we have Thunder Waves, Will-O-Wisps, we have Trick Room support, but the specific reason Terabyte drafted the Mega Skill Villain is here. Hoopa Unbound, notoriously very weak to U-Turn as a Pokemon. It is basically a bait because any Pokemon that wants to U-turn on Hoopa Unbound is gonna get burned by Mega Skill Villain.
Mm-hmm. Which is great.
This is what I mean by seeing his vision. Like, I see his vision, and I think it's a cool idea. I just think there's some very glaring weaknesses that. But if he had just had a fairy type, had a ground type, this team would be a lot higher. It's just that massive weakness made the basics so low.
Yeah, there's also one thing to note. Terabyte left 3 points untouched.
What could he have done with those 3 points?
Let me have a look at the boards. I've got a board up here. This is Wooper, so I won't be able to know if it's drafted or not. What's Dash Fun for 3 points?
Wigglytuff and a 1 point ground.
No, Wigglytuff's 1 point.
Okay, then
you get a 2 point ground.
Then Wigglytuff and a 2 point ground.
Let me have a look what 2 point ground exists. No, that's
or like
Mega.
Sandslash or something.
Actually, to be fair, you could get Dash Spun and Trapinch if Trapinch is not drafting this division. Dash Spun's Wish as well. I don't actually hate Dash Spun here.
Dash Spun's not bad, yeah. Take all the physical hits from Hooper Unbound if Scovillain's unavailable.
Yeah, and to be fair, yeah, it takes fire hits as well. Not the worst mon in the world. 3-pointers that could actually cover one of the weaknesses as well if you don't want to just grab 2 mons for it. Let's have a look. There's Claydol. No. Claydol exists. I'm just going
And
down the
that's it for
list.
2-point grounders.
Sanaconda. Yeah, Sanaconda could actually not be terrible on this team. I don't love Sanaconda, but it gives you an option to make them think about it. There's no 3-point fairies. So it's probably Dashboard on Sanaconda or like a 1-point grounding Trapinch.
Yeah. But yeah, that resulted in a total score of 27.5 for Terabytes. Sadly, last place after ranking first place last season for P-Whooper.
Dashbon gets Wish Pass. Dashbon would be so good here.
It's a 65 base HP Wish Pass. Let's not over-exaggerate ourselves here.
Yeah, as someone who's using Dashboard in a low tier league, it's good in low tier. It's very situational in a high tier league.
Yeah.
I've
I
actually
still
used it
think it
a
could
couple
work here.
There's a
think it
reason.
could work here.
There's a reason I said Wigglytuff, because Wigglytuff has an actual HP stat to pass wishes for. But yeah,
Yeah, honestly, it's a good defense. Honestly, Dashboard is kind of a mon I draft. If I've got 2-point spell, I draft it because it might come to a game because it's a specific niche like Orthworm does.
yeah. But on to the next one. Okay, that was a little buggy. It is Wolf. And most of us agreed that we do not like this team, even though it is kind of funny. Now, let's start off with the basics. This team has every important typing, so no typing is necessarily missing, because Psychic and Ice are not necessary typings. Speed tiers is where we run into some gaps, because there is a little bit of a gap between Silvally and Superior, and it's not often that you will be running Silvally max speed, just because of the nature of how the Pokemon works. But hey, let's prove us wrong, please. But then again, you technically have the pre-Mega Garchomp version with the with the speed stat
102?
Yeah, 102.
103, 102, something like that?
Something like that. I don't remember it off the top of my head.
102. It's 102.
So yeah, you can technically bridge that gap with the pre-Mega Garchomp for a little bit. The rest of the speed tiers look very fine. Now, the hazard setting is up to your Mega Pokemon and your T-Tar. Nothing else.
Yeah.
And the only hazards removal you have is Defog. While you have Corviknight, which is probably the best defogger in the game, and Volcanion, which can run it, same with Silvally. Superior and Tapu Koko don't necessarily like to run it, especially Coke, as it removes its own terrain.
Exactly.
Yeah. Momentum-wise, it's also 4 Pokemon out of the whole bunch you have, so it could be better. But it's not it's not horrible basics. It's just like they could be fleshed out more.
Agreed.
I'll be honest. I feel like I'll say this with Quagsire. There is no absolutely bad teams in Quagsire. There's teams that are lower than other ones, but there's no team I look at and think, oh, this is absolutely unworkable.
Yeah.
But this is probably one of the more there's weaker stuff.
Yeah. Now let's get to the offensive core. The offensive core is physically it's I think very good. We have Escavalier, we have Tyranitar, we have Dracozolt, we have Passimian, and we have the Mega Garchomp. Same. Also, we have Tapu Koko, which physically hits better than specially. Let's not forget that. And now is the little bit of an issue though. The special side is your strongest special offensive Pokemon is Volcanion, and then it's Mega Garchomp.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not running Mega Garchomp to be specially off. I mean, you're running it sometimes. There is some matchups where Mega Garchomp actually makes sense. But if that's your second best special offense, because it is basically Koko, because Volcanion's often a defensive mon, Mega Chomp is mostly physical. So really, you're relying on Silvally and Valley and Superior as well, and some weird Draco Salt sets sometimes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Coco, to be fair, with electric terrain up, can hit very hard with the electric moves. If you run it with a choice specs, but that's also like forcing Coco into the role, and you don't want
Yeah.
that to necessarily happen. Of course, you could. There's Petrond which has nasty plots set up. Like T-Tar can run special sets, Dracozolt can run special sets, and Superior does have contrary Leaf Storm, but it takes sometimes 2 Leaf Storms to be a big threat, so definitely something to look at. One part of the offensive core I have not mentioned yet that I will mention in support though, just because how it works, but I will mention that later. Let's get to the defensive core first. So for mons that can be categorized as defensive on this team, I would say it's Sylvali, Petrarund, Corviknight, T-Tar, Escavalier, and Volcanion. So, the big issue with the defensive core is your team is very, very, very weak to ground. Yes, you have Corviknight, which is, of course, one of the best ground check Pokemon there is, but you also have to keep in mind, hey, if you roost, you are also weak to ground.
Yeah, exactly.
But to be fair, Corviknight is slow enough where most strong ground types will be faster, so that should not be an issue.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but your other ground type switching is Superior, which is not necessarily known for being a bulky Pokemon.
Yeah.
Then otherwise, like resistance wise, it looks pretty good here. Nothing too major. Like you seem to be weak to ice, but you have a Volcanion, which is just ultimate ice check.
Exactly.
The fighting type weakness is something to mention though. You have Petrarund, but do not let that Petrarund get low against good fighting types. Otherwise, you will get pretty much shit on. And one more thing to mention: Mega Lopunny fucking destroys this team.
Yep.
Unfortunately, yeah, it does. That's crazy.
Well, Petron is their only chance against it, but even then, Petron can get overwhelmed quite easily. Gets an ST up, and then it's kind of.
Yeah. It's not a bad defensive core though. Like the big thing is that you have Petron and Corviknight obviously being the main impacts of your defense, and they have recovery, which is very good.
Yeah.
Like T-Tar can be run offensively, same with Escavalier, or just slap an V on both of them. Like there's no issue with that, and they don't need to recover most of the time, as you have Petron and Corviknight to bridge that gap with the recovery. Coco can also take hits if needed be and roost them off, and there is subseed superior sets if you really need them. Now into my favorite part of the team though, which is the support. Obviously, hazard support is not that amazing here, but we have Memento from Petron, which can help in a pinch. You have a shit ton of taunt. You have some good knockoff users. You have Will-O-Wisps and some Thunder Waves. You have screens with Coco as well. And the big thing is, which gets back to the offensive part that I didn't mention before, Dracozolt becomes faster in the sand and gets boosted by E-Terrain. Funnily
A lot
enough,
of fucking damage.
yeah, that's a lot of
This
fucking
is a
damage.
very fun tag.
Funnily enough, somebody in Whooper did that as well.
Was it Penis?
No, it was Lillian.
Some kind of bets with Ben ass teamness.
I was gonna say Penis team, but
I think the biggest gripe about the team, Wolf's team I have, is like there's a lot of Pokemon that could just be bundled together into something better. For example, you don't necessarily need the Escavalier here. I also don't.
But I want to see it pop off.
Yeah, of course, and I also don't see a big reason. Like, yeah, having Silvally is nice, but like, how often are you gonna run it over your Coco, Dracozol, T-Tar, Petron, Corviknight core. Like, how often is it coming instead of that? And like Passimian is also it's nice to have, but I don't think it's necessary on this team. So there's Pokemon that could be bundled together into something better, into something a little more useful for you. But hey, you do you. It's your team, and if we have been known to be very wrong about PR, so
Yeah.
Next up,
Also,
Okay,
10
Terabyte
kills with Scavalier.
yeah. Also, this team and Terabytes had the same total score, but we preferred this team over Terabytes.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Mango, who went undefeated until playoffs in P-Wooper last season, where they lost.
The German contingent.
Yeah, they lost in round 1 though. But enough bashing. Let's get into the team. Basics. So, typings, we are missing Fire and Ghost. Fire is not necessary, but it's a nice to have for a Fairy Resist, but we have enough here, don't worry. And Ghost is also sometimes important because you want to be immune to normal or fighting type moves sometimes. For normal, you don't have an issue here as you have enough switch-ins to normal. For fighting, you also technically have enough switch-ins with the Gyarados, the Slurpuff, and especially Slowking, which will be your main fighting type switch-in, but having a Ghost type sometimes helps taking the load off some of these Pokemon. Speed tiers wise, this team looks fine. There's no huge gaps here, so nothing to complain about. We also have good removal. We have Donphan as an amazing spinner. Rotom Wash is a good defogger, and then backups for both of them. The hazard situation is what I'm a little more concerned about, as one, obviously your Donphan is gonna be your main rock setter, and the Ogerpon will be your main spike setter, and then you have like the Sand Slash in the back to get those up, I guess.
And then in niche matchups, Slowking with T-Spikes and Slurpuff with Sticky Webs.
Yeah. Momentum is good here. It's not too much, but it's like a very good amount for this team specifically.
One thing I want to get into on basics is they do have a fairy type, but, and I say this as someone who likes Slurpuff, Slurpuff being your main fairy is a bit iffy. It's a niche mon that does well in certain situations, but I don't know if it's my only fairy type of mon.
Yeah. Let's get into the offense now. Also, offensively, physically, we have Ogerpon Cornerstone, we have Zapdos Galar, we have Mega Feraligatr, we have Scizor, we have Sandslash Alola, and we have Donphan. Especially is where this team is a little more lacking, because it's mainly gonna be Darkrai. Yes, you have Nasty Plot, Rotom Wash. Yes, you have niche Slowking sets. But that's where you will run out a little bit, because your next strongest special attacker after that is Mega Gator.
Motherfuckers never have to worry about Assault Vest then, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
You
Go ahead, Roy.
you also have very niche stuff with like Slurpuff again, like that can run Calm Mind, and it has a decent special move pool.
Yeah, it can also
But
run Belly Drum if needed be.
Yeah.
This team's physical side is obviously very amazing. You have more than enough breakers on the physical side. Special side is where it needs a little work, because a lot of this heavy weight of the special offensive side is on Darkrai. But in general, I think it works also pretty well. As like Mega Gator, what is it gonna struggle in? Obviously, like fairy types, you have Scizor for that. You have Slowking for that. And yeah, like the Darkrai, it has enough coverage to not necessarily struggle against anything particularly. So you can be fine with it being your main special attacker, but having a backup one that is maybe not Slowking, as Slowking might have a very defensive role in this team, might be good. Defensive core now. The defensive core consists of Rotom Wash, Scizor, Donphan, Slowking, Galar, Type Null, I guess.
I mean, it is bulky, I guess.
Yeah, with Eviolite it is bulky, but is it that good of a defensive mon is the other question.
Yeah. Like it's very much niche match dependent, but it is super passive. Like it can run rest talk sets, but it's so passive.
Yeah. Looking over for weaknesses, there's no like huge weaknesses on this team. Like fighting looks bad, but you have a Slowking Galar, so it's okay. And you like Gyapdos
It's a bit
can
fake as well because I think it's fake as well because you're not bringing Type Null and Alolan Sandslash to the same matchup, surely.
Yeah, and like Zapdos Galar is also nothing to like just swat away. It is bulky enough to take hits, so that's not an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Donphan and Slowking Galar is obviously pretty good as they don't share any particular weaknesses. So that will be a defensive core that is pretty good for you. You add Rotom Wash to that, which can just help either on the physical or special defensive side. You're going to be fine defensively for sure. It's probably the best part about this team that it is very defensive, and Scizor can also fit in a defensive niche if you needed to.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now for the support. We have the support of Chili Reception Slowking Galar, which helps out the Sandslash. Then we have Trick Room, which can enable Donphan or Slowking itself. We have Good Momentum, which supports getting the Gator in as much as possible and just pumping out huge damage. And then like we have a good amount of taunt, lots of knockoffers, and even some very good knockoffers in the Donphan, Ogerpon, and Scizor and Gyapdos. We have Will-O-Wisp, we have Thunder Wave, we even have Screens, which are always nice, and we have a niche Webs if you need them for the Gator to like get through with only one Dragon Dance.
Yeah, I like webs a lot on this team. I think it's good to have a good web set. Slurpuff also gets Wish, and 82 HP is not the worst Wish passer ever.
Yeah, considering this team is not like
Exactly.
this team is not a high HP team, so the 82 will actually get a lot of stuff through. One thing I also forgot to mention on the defensive core, a lot of the defensive mons actually have recovery. Like the Rotom Bosch has Pain Split. You have the Slurpuff Wish to help out. You have Scizor with Roost. You have Slowking, obviously, with Regenerator. So yeah.
And Slack Off.
Yeah, and Slack Off.
Yeah.
So yeah. This team is well built. It's not a bad team. It's just we have a lot of high quality teams in QUAGSIRE this season. So yeah, that is it. Number 14, Mango. Now here I am.
Ben,
Ben, aka...
Okay, who added he a fraud, by the way? Sarah is a fraud.
he is not a fraud.
Okay, that was Harry.
Sarah.
I thought so much. Okay, you guys can take over this one. I won't be juicing up my team.
You want to go ahead,
So
Roy?
Ben basically calls Sarah Aura a fraud all the time. Yeah, his situation got so dire he had to drown Sarah Aura, hence why he's 13.
That is
all I'm saying.
Ben, do you want to go with basic? Sorry, not Ben. Say how. Do you want to go with basics?
Yes, sir. So with this team, for Ben's team, he's got all the types you kind of want. You know, you got your grounded poisons, you got your fairies, you got your steels. You know, there's no types that are like missing other than like your rocks and ice. But like, who cares? Being realistic.
Yeah.
Your hazard setting's really nice. You know, you've got the spiky boy himself, Ferroseed. You know, slap EV light on that thing, and it can get your spikes up, get your stealth rocks up. You've got Toxic Spikes options with Dragalge. You can probably take enough hits to get both Toxic Spikes up. Your Defoggers are really good. You've got Empoleon. You've got your Mandibuzz, who is bulky enough to always be able to get a Defog off without any problems. Rabombi's not bad at all, and Lando is also pretty good at defogging when it wants to be, in my opinion. So that's why your basics are quite high up on the score. Because I
Only
mean,
thing I
yeah,
will say on the basics is, and this is something Ben pointed out to me myself as well, is Rabombi as your fairy is a bit iffy, but
yeah,
Empoleon
I
luckily
agree.
is a skill that can counter dragons. Like it gets ice
Napoleon's
beam,
great.
actually has Empoleon's good. Like I think Rabombi's good mon, but definitely not a defensive fairy, but I think they're fine. Like this is one that's not completely like shafted by having Rabombi as this fairy.
And in terms of speed tiers, they're really good. You do have a gap between 80 and 60, but like, who cares? It's low enough down, it just doesn't really matter at that point. And
Yeah.
I love Zero Aura,
Only if
so
the
I'll
thing is
naturally
like
blaze that mon.
yeah, I mean, Sarah is a fake mon, but like, I believe it's a real mon. Even though it's missing Terra, it will come to some good matchups and also I do like the synergy of. Actually, I comes in support. We'll get to that in support.
We will. I think that's all I have to say about the basics. What are you, Roy?
I can move on to offensive cores. So offensively, physically, you have Fraud Aura, you have Mega Gallade. Landorus, I technically is actually a stronger physical attacker.
It
You're
can be,
about
yeah.
special moves. Arcanine can actually catch people off guard with a physical set. Apollon used to be good actually physically, but they got rid of Defiant. And then especially you got
Shame.
Fraudora again, which can run Calm Minds. Why you'd run Calm Mind, I don't know, but you can. Spectria, which is a nuke. Landorus Eye, which is a nuke. Bombi does get Quiver Dance. Arcanine Hisui can Arcanine can run special moves sometimes as well. Empoleon in the niche matchups as well. If
We're
Ben has a stack,
competitive.
say defog. Yep. And our believer, do not sleep on the 100. Oh, actually, yeah. Adaptability to algae hits hard as well, 97. And our
Exactly.
believer does hit like. Our believer can run spec sets sometimes and hit like a truck with
It can.
like. This is why I actually like Terra Our Believer, but do not Terra anymore, but Hyper Voice, Giga Drain, and sometimes it can run Harvest sets, which gets us onto defensive.
Yay.
Harvest, I believe it is a real set, and not just fuck, but it can work. And it's also got a really good for death stat, decent physical stat, and can just heal with strength stat. Dragalge's reasonably bulky as well, even though it's got no recovery. Empoleon now has recovery. Mandibuzz has recovery. There is a lot, and Ferroseed can be bulky as fuck. There is
It
a
can
lot of
be.
frail mons. Aurora has like pretty frail. Fletcher's kind of frail. Rabombi's frail. It's not that frail, to be fair. Like there's defensive mons, but there's definitely weaknesses there because you can also flying's a bit of a weakness. Ice is a bit of a weakness, but lucky Empoleon does exist for those matchups. The main weakness I do see though is fire types. Whilst you do have an Arcanine, often you don't really want to run Flash Fire if you can help it, but it and Dragalge covering the fire weaknesses is a bit of a problem. But other than that,
Yeah.
I think it's overall like not the worst team.
To
And
be
then Harry, do you want to guess the support?
one thing
Oh, go
real
on,
quick,
Ben,
Well,
sorry.
one thing real quick though, before you keep continuing, my fire weakness is kind of fake because it's 3 of my low tiers.
Oh, I mentioned it more for the neutral hits. To be fair, I agree on that bit
yeah.
though.
I mean, I
You're,
still have
you're not
Dragalge for
bringing
that, so
Rabombi, Our Believer, and Pharisee for one matchup.
fair.
Like
Now,
that's
if you're
not happening.
bowler, you're
I
bringing
meant
all
more just
three
neutral
week
hits.
one.
Fuck no.
I do it. What does Emilio have?
Good question.
Delphox, Mega, Rory Moon, Ushi for Rapid Strike.
Oh, definitely bring the free Fire Week Lotus into Delphox.
It's gonna
I'm
work,
sure
man.
that will go
Trust.
well.
I believe it. Especially Pharisees.
Right, back onto serious point. Does Pharisee get Metal Burst? Just run Focus Sash Pharisee to kill Mega Delphox.
See, that's kind of baller.
Right. Being serious, support. So support wise, good hazards. The pivoting is decent. I've seen better pivoting, but it's good. I don't think it's bad. You've also got sticky webs, which can help with some matchups. I will say this as well: Landorus and Megalade to remove any basically dark type or normal types in the way of Spectre are really handy because very little can warm at Landorus. You kind of need to be a resist to wall Landorus. Also, our believer does get Seed Sower, which can protect the Fraudora from ground moves as well in some situations. And
Aura.
Landorus, okay, sorry, Sarah Aura. And being serious, no, Landorus gets Earth Power. This is why I like Landorus with the R Believer and like with Rillaboom and stuff because Earth Power is not affected by grassy terrain, so it's not anti-synergy. I
But, like,
Ferroseed might get Grassy Glide. I don't know if it does or not.
Ferroseed? Probably fucking not.
I can double check that real quick, but I'm pretty sure it does not.
Yeah, that was not counted into the rankings. If it is, we'll give it an extra point
It
one.
does not.
I mean, what, with a
Right.
50 base attack anyway, it won't really do much anyway.
Just it can pick off like the 1 HP Mega Delphox off the rocks.
True.
Emilio, if you're watching
Ferroseed.
this, prepare for the Ferroseed Metal Burst. But do you have any other thoughts and stuff from there?
Anything else you guys want to say to my team?
I mean, I think it's solid. I don't have much more to say.
Yeah, I don't. There's weaknesses, but I don't think it's bad. I think it's a pretty solid team.
I think my
10 kills our aura.
I think my defensive core is hated on a little bit, but my support is hated on for a good reason. I don't have like I have like a shit ton of taunt and knockoffs, but like the rest of the support is kind of iffy.
Yeah.
All right then.
And you have Sarah Aura, so you kind of lose like 10 points for doing that alone, to be honest, for drafting Sarah Aura.
No, he gains 10 points. He gains 10 points for that aura.
No, it's because I don't even mind drafting Sarah Aura. It's just Ben calls it a fraud all the time, so it's funny seeing him draft it.
Yeah, my fault.
I love Zera Aura.
Anyways, next up is my opponent in week 1, Eli Emilio.
7.5 across the board.
Clodsire after getting relegated.
Well, he got relegated the season before last season. Then he didn't sign up. He took a replacement slot in Clodsire, so he tried to sneak his way back into Clodsire. But now that Clodsire is full again, we had to demote him again. Anyway,
because he tried to get played. He tried to game the system. I wouldn't do that. I took my promotion like a man.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Anyways, let's get into the basics. Typing's missing. No real important ones. Ghost, you have enough switch-ins to normal. You have enough switch-ins to fighting, so it's okay. And electric, not having electric type sometimes is just bad for the defensive aspect of, hey, I need something to also resist electric and help with some stuff, but it's not awful here. Speed tiers wise, it's pretty good. There is a gap between Shaman and Roaring Moon that is a little concerning, but it's not too big, so not that big of an issue. The rest of the speed tiers look fine. Hazard setting wise, it's you can get rocks up with drill, but mostly it's gonna be Skarmory being your hazard bitch in this team. Removal wise, it's good though.
Agreed.
Removal wise, it's good though. You have solid spin with Excadrill, you have solid defog with Togekiss, and backup defog with Skarmory if needed be. Momentum for how Emilio plays, it's kind of not a lot.
Yeah, the momentum's kind of iffy here. I mean, you jump a Tom Pass on Togekiss as well, which it does sometimes run, but it is still iffy here.
Yeah, especially on a team like the Mega Delphox team where you want to get it in as much as possible. Could be better for sure.
There is also one other nitpick as well about Guardian not having an electric type. I think you want an electric type on a Mega Delphox team if you can help it to try and break through bulky waters.
Yeah, for sure.
Agreed.
Yeah, because we don't have a bulky water breaker on this team. You could say Shaman, but how often is offensive Shaman really coming is the other question.
Yeah.
And while we talk about offensive Shaman, let's get into the offensive core. Physically, we have Roaring Moon, we have Urshifu Rapid Suck, we have Excadrill, and specially we have Mega Delphox and Togekiss.
You could run Muck physically as well, in some cases.
I will say this, not ignore all sets, Shaman does technically get Sword Dance.
Technically, yeah.
So
technically, you can count Shaman for both offense, as it's mainly a special attacker, but it does can run Sword Dance. And Milotic is actually pretty good offensively, especially if you get a competitive boost, but most of the time you're going to run it with Marvel Scale, especially on a team like this.
Agreed.
So I really like having Mega Delphox with a good fighting type, as that helps a lot, like getting rid of pesky dark types.
Yeah.
The Roaring Moon also just being a sweeper in the case that Delphox doesn't work out also helps very well. Excadrill can also hit very hard. The main issue is obviously how reliant are you going to be on the Mega Delphox, especially because yes, you have Togekiss, but how often is offensive Togekiss coming? And we all know Togekiss. It's not.
Yeah.
While it looks like it hits hard, most of its moves are not that strong in base power.
And Emilio is a stall player, so he's going to bring Thunder Wave Air Slash most weeks.
Oh yeah.
I'd hate to face this guy week 1.
Fuck you.
I would too. Ben, you literally struggle with hacks. And actually, no, you'll be fine because technically Thunder Wave Air Slash isn't hacks, it's in his favour, so you might be fine.
Hey, who knows? Now then, to the defensive core, we have Audino, Muk, Skarmory, Togekiss, Milotic, and Shaman. All pretty good. Like, no huge weaknesses on the type chart here. Electric will be a little problematic because your main electric switching is going to be either Excadrill, which is not that bulky, or Shaman.
Not all.
And Shaman, to be fair, will take the electric hits probably pretty good.
Yeah, and does get recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, recovery is definitely not an issue for the defensive Pokemon of this team. Audino gets recovery, Skarmory gets recovery, Togekiss gets recovery, Milo gets recovery, Shaman gets recovery. The only one that doesn't is Muk, but you have Wish support to help the Muk out, so that's not an issue.
I will say special normal type attacks could be a bit of an issue, but even then, Skarmory can recover.
Yeah.
And there's enough bulk elsewhere where he's probably fine.
Yeah.
A special normal with any sort of fire move actually kind of fucks this team a bit.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, but that's Terapagos. Terapagos sucks every team, to be fair.
This team loses to
Pyro. A lot of normal types get flamethrower, though.
Yeah.
What is
Ben,
the Pyro switch?
It's Milotic.
You should sneak in the Pyro and make sure Ben and Milo doesn't notice.
It's Milotic.
Just abuse your mod powers once in a while, Ben.
The thing is, even though some mons might like a Pyro, for example, let's say Pyro has 130 in this offensive stat, Milotic is still pretty well taking that pretty well. So the quality of the defensive Pokemon is very high here as well. As Skarmory, Milotic, and Shaman is already a core that's going to be very annoying to get through. Now to the support part. We have actually 3 Wish Pokemon on this team. We have Heal Bell, we have good Taunt users, we have good one of the best knockoffers in the game with Roaring Moon, and 2 niche ones. We don't have that much Will-O-Wisp T-Wave support, but I think we do have screens. I'm pretty sure Audino gets screens. I'm not 100% on that, though.
Does Togekiss not get screens?
Togekiss might get screens. Togekiss gets light screen and it gets reflect. So yeah, we have screens with Togekiss for sure.
Togekiss is gonna be a very useful mon in this team, I feel like.
Oh yeah. Generally, you also have Encore, which is pretty nice, but you have hazards with Skarmory, which you are gonna force it into that role a lot, but it's one of Skarmory's favorite roles, so it's not that bad of a role to be stuck in. The one thing that is a little annoying for the support is the offensive support and how often can you get your offensive Pokemons in, because you don't have a lot of momentum on this team, but I think Eli will be fine as he loves playing stall.
He is a massive stall player.
Yeah. But yeah, that is Eli, our Pookie, at number 12.
We love you.
Talking about stall.
Oh dear.
Now, speaking of stall...
Fuck this team.
Oh boy.
Yeah, thank fuck I'm not in this division, because fuck me, I'm glad I got relegated.
Yeah, no, I'd hate to face this guy.
Gamer not found. Our resident stall player in CPL. Typings wise, he's not missing anything. Speed tiers wise, he's actually set up pretty good, so no issues there. He has a shit ton of hazards, a shit ton of them. Removal is mostly going to be Blastoise probably, but he has backup Rapid Spin in Regieleki, and he has Defog in the Noivern if needed be. Momentum is a little weak though.
Yeah.
Does
Calyrex get Baton Pass?
I don't know.
Potentially.
I asked, I generally don't know what he gets.
Now let's get to the bad
No,
part.
neither.
Let's really quickly skip through the bad part of this team because the offense is up horrible.
It does get Baton Pass for the record.
Okay.
So your strongest physical attacker is Annihilate, which is not necessarily good because Annihilate needs time to be very strong. And after that, it's Tinglu and then Regieleki.
To be fair, Tinglu can put up a good physical performance.
It can.
Yeah, but if that's your second best physical mon, though,
of course.
And then especially it's Mega Floette, and then we jump down to Salazzle, which is not necessarily bad. And then the next best one is probably Noivern, I would say, just because of the Boom Burst set. Because Regieleki, while strong with Transistor, obviously ground types just make that not work.
Dio Speed can work as well, but
Dio Speed obviously work as well.
You also have Blastoise as well, which can Shell Smash.
With Shell Smash, yeah.
And by the way, that can be physical or special. I've actually had more recently runs physical more than special Blastoise.
When I ran Blastoise recently with Shell Smash, I also ran physical more because people expected less.
Exactly.
Yeah, it catches me off guard.
Yeah.
Which it shouldn't, considering it's nearly the same exact set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this as well. One thing that does help them offensively a bit as well, and this is going to come to the Mega Floette, is in my opinion Noivern, because Noivern quite often it can just run, especially on stall team, U-turn, Ruse, Defog, Super Fang, and that can just cut a steroid type in half and just let Mega Floette go bang, 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 bang.
So Gamer
and Ruination as well, actually.
Yeah, Gamer definitely has had his idea with this team, and it's probably going to be a good team. Unless obviously people will know how to play against all.
Ben doesn't.
Shut up.
You looked anyone facing Gamer this season?
I don't, thankfully, until playoffs.
Lucky guy.
If we both make playoffs, that is. But yeah,
honestly, you better be most fit if you won the actual finals by beating Gamer, overcoming stall finally.
It's in the script. Don't leak the script, Roy. Come on.
Shit, sorry.
Anyways, the defense, of course, obviously a 10. It's a stall team. What is there to say? We have it looks like there are some weaknesses, but hey, like Fairy, you have Ferrothorn. Ghost, you have a fucking Blissey and a Tinglu. Flying, okay, flying might be an issue, but
I mean, Tinglu could probably take a lot with
Tinglu.
Yeah, you have a Tinglu. And the worst part,
and a Blissey as well.
Yeah, and the worst part about this all, he has such high quality of defensive mons in Pharaoh, Tinglu, and Blissey. He has the fucking Wish Pass of Blissey, which is a Wish Pass that even gets Tinglu to full HP.
Yep.
They say great offense is a good defense.
And Calyrex is there.
Yeah, Calyrex.
Unfortunately,
Calyrex will have to come for 4 or 5 games. I don't remember exactly, but a Gamer's.
He's got to bring it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now let me look at what Calyrex gets. Actually,
it's gonna be.
It's gonna be 100.
It's gonna be Subseed.
It's got Leech Seed.
He gets Trick
Yeah,
Room.
Subseed's probably.
Yes.
Does it get Wish?
No.
Okay.
It gets Facade. Niche set incoming.
But let's be real. This team's.
I guess Aromatherapy. Oh, Aromatherapy is actually handy.
That is really nice for him.
Yeah, like the support is obviously really good here. And the part that annoys me, he obviously has a lot of taunt. He has decent knockoff. He has a lot of Thunder Wave. Not the only one Will-O-Wisp user. The fact which annoys me is that he has so many hazards, and he has one of the best hazard spin blockers and defog punishers in the game, because the Annihilate will punish defog by, hey, I have Defiant. And you can't obviously spin on the Annihilate. Yeah, so it's gonna get very fucking nasty against this team. You will have to be prepared to sacrifice a limb or two.
Yeah.
If you can break through the defenses, you're good. But if you cannot, have fun getting Light of Ruined.
Can't wait.
Like, did you just see Moonblast? Moonblast is enough.
Yeah,
Honestly, yeah.
but Light of Ruin is funnier.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Ben's Paul Ferris to getting Light of Ruin to Oblivion.
Yeah, that is number 11, Gamer Not Found. We are now at number 10, Bloop. And I fucking despise this fucking top 5.
Oh, use finest.
Oh, this is definitely like a team I've drafted, like top 5 wise.
So typings wise, no important typings is missing. Of course, as mentioned before, electric is very nice to have, but it's not necessary. Now we get into the two problems with the basics on this team here: the speed tiers and the hazard setting. The speed tiers, they look fine, but your top speed is Megaladios. And
you're also forcing Urshifu to be a Scarf
Yeah.
with the fact you've not got much speed.
Yeah, your fastest Pokemon is a Mega Pokemon, and it is not even over 120 speed. So, Urshifu is going to be forced into the Scarf situation a lot of the time. So, the problem is here that a lot of people will just run their fast mons, Modest or Adamant, immediately because, hey, I don't have anything to be scared of except for the Scarf Urshifu. And if Scarf Urshifu outspeeds their fast Pokemon anyways, they don't give a fuck.
So, example, Aura could actually run can run Adamant here and click play rough for fun.
Just to get burned by Moltres, but yeah.
Speaking on Moltres,
Good
Moltres
point.
is kind of a fake 90 speed tier here because no one runs max speed Moltres.
I mean, are you actually really going to risk switching your Moltres into a potential Plasma Fist?
True.
I mean, fair, but hey.
One protective pads our aura and it runs fucking wild.
Yeah. The hazard setting situation is also a little interesting because your spikes and T-spikes are both on Overquill, which is not a mon that is necessarily known for being a hazard setter. It's more known to be a rain sweeper, but hey, if you use it that way, use it that way.
I think it's fine in that role. It has more item for variety, and it can be like an intimidate, bulky, annoying thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Anti-prankster, that type of shit.
Yeah, your rocks are mostly gonna come from Mudsdale because Terapagos is obviously a Pokemon you want to sweep with, so rocks you all often don't fit in, but hey, you can fit in. For sure. Removal situation is good though. You have best or second best rapid spinner in the game. You have amazing defog and Moltres, and backup in Megaladi and Illumise if needed be. Momentum is also a little weak on this team, but to be fair, with how good offensively this team is, you don't really need that much momentum. Because let's start getting into the offense. We have Megaladios, which yes, it is a physical Pokemon because it has Dragon Dance, it has 130 attack stat. We have Urshifu Single Strike, we have Overquill, we have Tapu Bulu, and Mudsdale hits hard from the physical side. Don't forget, Choice Band Mudsdale is a real set. And then on the special side, we have Megaladios, we have Moltres, we have Terapagos, we have Goldengo. So yeah, all very hard-hitting Pokemon as well. The one thing I hate is there is a Goldengo on this team without a proper hazard stacker. But hey, you can't have it all.
Yeah, great.
Defensive core, Roy. Why don't you get to that?
Alright, let me get my thing back up a minute. Sorry, my mum was just basically wishing me night. Okay, there we go. So
Good night,
defensive
Roy's
core.
mum.
Good night, my mum. So defensive core, you have some very bulky mons. You have Moltres, which is bulky as fuck with healing and will burn shit. That's basically trying to do it. Goldengo, I used recently actually in an Uber's draft, and it's surprisingly tanky while still being able to hit. Like, you can run that defensive. It does actually tank hits for days and recovers. Bulu as well is reasonably bulky and can heal up the team. Vaporeon, everyone knows the memes. Penis has posted it 20 times, and it has basically healing as well. Clodsire is incredibly bulky. Can even do Resto Chesto legitimately. Mega Latios, it takes a hit like a fucking trooper. Terrapagos could always take Terrapagos with heavy duty boots could always take at least one hit, and that includes multi-hit moves as well. And even
grassy
Overquill is
terrain-
quite bulky.
With grassy terrain, you can even heal up the Terra Shell back up on Pagos with enough time.
Yeah.
You can do. It actually offers a legitimate stall strategy there as well.
Yep.
Like there's a lot of bulk here.
There's also one thing to consider for support. The Tapu Bulu is actually pretty good support here because this team doesn't run a lot of like general ground moves. Terrapagos obviously runs Earth Power sometimes, which is not affected by the grassy terrain. And Mudzel gets high horsepower, so that's a non-issue. And the healing generally provided helps a lot for the Terrapagos specifically. Other support things are we have a Prankster Illumise, which can just be an annoying fucking shit if you want it to be. You have 2 Memento Pokemon if need to be. You have Heal Bell and Wish support for the bulky Pokemon that might need the Wish. And the Wish can also get Terrapagos in a second time. We have Taunt, we have Will-O-Wisp, we have T-Wave, even though it's only one Will-O-Wisp user. The one huge issue actually is we don't have any single Pokemon that runs knockoff.
That is a good point.
Yeah, considering as well we have 2 dark types, we have Urshifu single and Overcool, both don't know knockoff, so yeah, your opponents will keep their items. You're not getting rid of those boots, for example. But yeah, Bloop seems pretty good. Obviously, a little bit of stuff that could be changed, but it's obviously very top heavy. So yeah.
Yeah.
Next
I think
up,
QUAGSIRE had a lot of solid drafts.
yeah. Next up, we have
Agreed.
Zero, who nuked his rain team in Grace to create whatever this is now.
This is certainly a team of all time.
It is
Yeah.
certainly.
This is a team.
Let's start with the basics. Typings-wise, you have every typing and some twice, so no issue there. Speed tiers, very solid, no real issue. There's a gap between Slitherwing and Arctozolt, of course, but it's at a point where Pokemon are slow enough, so you don't care too much. They're gonna run Modest or Adamant anyways most of the time.
So many fucking immunities across the board, damn.
Oh yeah. Hazard setting wise, you're also pretty fine. You have enough rock setters, you have a spiker, and you have T-spikes in the case of Runerigus if you really want them. Defog, you have one of the best defoggers in the game and a backup one, and you have a great rapid spinner, so no issue there. Momentum wise, you have a shit ton of momentum, so no issue there. Now to the offensive core. Physically, we have Wellspring Ogerpon, we have Mega Excadrill, we have Hark, and we have Slitherwing. There is niche Dragon Dance Hydreigon sets, but they are niche for a reason. And we have Arctozolt, which is obviously pretty good in snow. Especially we have...
And also Iron Defense, Body Press Runerigus.
Mm-hmm.
With the Slowking now with Chilly Reception, you can get your Arctozolt in and just start doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Especially we have Torn. We have Heliolisk, we have Hydreigon, and we have Slowking. Especially definitely weaker than physically, let's say that.
Okay. Like, it definitely is a lot of work week, especially. Like, don't get me wrong. Zero's a kind of crazy bastard who will bring Blizzard, Blizzard Sap Can Arctozolt and make it work.
He would.
He made Gorbis like 30 kills last season. That thing's a fucking menace.
Oh yeah. This season his mon of choice is Heliolisk, so let's see what he can do with that.
There's potential though. Heliolisk is a decent one.
There's definitely potential there.
Unfortunately, it can't bring Shed Tail.
Yeah. But he's trying to get kills with it anyway, so why would he be shed-tailing?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, to the defensive core.
Good point.
On first glance, you obviously see red on ground and rock. For rock, it's not that serious. It's Torn's gonna be boots most of the time, anyways. Hark is imploding itself, anyways, and Arctozolt is Arctozolt.
Yeah.
And Excadrill just eats any rock move ever.
Yeah, true. And then we have ground, which looks worse than it is because we have a levitator, we have flyer, and we have a grass type and we have a bug type. So you have enough switch-ins to ground type moves. It's not that serious. It just looks
and
worse.
it's a bug type with healing as well.
Yeah. Talking about it, like for defensive Pokemon that you can classify as defensive Pokemon, we have Runerigas, we have Slowking. Slitherwing's actually very bulky. Arcanine Hisui can be bulky, even though the typing's kind of shit, but you have Pheasantipede and Ogerpon can take hits in a pinch. Thorn obviously can take hits. You have the Regen Core, which helps a lot with the defensive part. Runerigas will take hits for you if needed be. Slitherwing has Morning Sunsets that are nerfed in snow, but hey, shit happens, you know. And defensive Hydreigon is nothing to scoff at because it's still 92, 90, 90, so yeah. You're going to be fine on the defenses. Obviously, the main two Pokemon on the defensive side are going to be Slowking and Torn, and Pheasantipede, but hey, it's going to... They are 3 good Pokemon to have as defensive Pokemon. Support now.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we have Chili Reception support for the Arctozolt and for Weatherbolt Torn, so it gets an ice move to hit stuff with.
Which is always nice.
Yeah. We have 2 good knockoffers. We have a lot of Taunt Pokemon. We have Will-O-Wisps. We have Thunder Waves. We have Hazard support, Momentum support. The one thing that you could say might be cool would be Wish support, but honestly, most of these Pokemon have reliable enough recovery to not need the Wish support, except for Runerigas, but hey.
Hello.
Oh, Terabyte has
Hello,
joined us.
Have I been yet?
We're talking about your draft.
Yeah, you've
It's
been.
coming up right, surely, guys. Come on.
Yeah, it's next one.
Yeah,
Surely,
the next one.
surely. But yeah,
Come on,
that is Zero's team at 30 points.
Oh, hang on. One more thing to add. Just so because of the trying to get Helios to kills thing. Does Helios get Weather Ball?
Let me double check.
Ooh.
I presume it does.
It does. So yeah, that is also support for
Ooh, that's
Helios.
great. That's great for
All
the
beam coverage.
It's great for any grass types wanted to come in.
Yep. For sure.
Because I would bring many grass types into this team.
What into the Helios comment?
All
Into this
ground
whole
type.
team, I would bring many grass types.
I mean, it does resist the Ogerpon
Helps
and the
with-
Excadrill
Yeah.
until the X's it and make it hold.
Next up we have Nate.
Oh, no.
Oh, sorry, Terry, you're after this.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
That logo is aura.
Goonophobic. So let's start with the typings. He is missing 2 typings, which are Ghost and Dragon. Dragon is a very nice type to have because it resists most of the elemental types. And Ghost, as we've explained before, fighting and normal resist, but it looks like we have enough here, so it should not be an issue.
I will say their normal type is a Ditto, so it's not really a normal type. It's just a copycat Mon.
Hey.
Mm.
Also, I will get to the other part about the weakness chart on defensive core. Speed tiers are good. Hazard setting, you have rockers, but you don't have spikes, which sucks. Removal is also pretty bad because it's just the defog Torn most of the time because Volcarona is not gonna run defog that often. But now we get into the fun part, the offenses. Physically, we have Sneasler, we have Lycanroc Dusk, We have niche Tornado sets. We have Rillaboom. We have King Gambit. We have Electros. Ditto is basically an offensive mon hidden in an imposter.
Mm-hmm.
And especially we have Mega Meowstic, we have Tornadus, we have Volcarona, and Electros again, and technically also the Ditto again. So yeah,
I will say this as well.
Yeah.
Mega Meow may be Budget Sam, but that still could hit like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Obviously the main part about the offense is the Sneasler Rillaboom, and you have Meowstic to support that. You have a setup Volcarona. You have King Gambit, which in a pinch can turn the game upside down. And then some other Pokemon that can hit hard if needed be, like the Lycanroc Dusk, the Tornadus if it can hit a move, and Ninetales can nasty plot up if needed be and spam Blizzards.
You know what would be nice on this team? Psychic terrain instead of grassy terrain.
That is very true.
True. I would
'Cause
love
it'd be
it
good
if my Lycanroc can't Accelerock.
True.
Yeah,
Look,
true,
man.
true.
And you can't Sucker Punch, actually.
I love when my King Gambit
and my
can't
King
Sucker
Gambit
Punch.
can't Sucker Punch.
And also you can't like taunt or like T-wave them with Tornadus.
Alright, I'll shut up, my bad.
Tornadus doesn't get T-Wave.
Oh, does it not? Okay. Apologies.
Now then, the defensive core. The worst part about this team, obviously your water switching is solely Rillaboom.
Yep. That's why we don't want Psychic Terrain.
Yeah, you have Swampert as your main fire type switching because Lycanroc Dusk is not known to be a defensive Pokemon. And we've mentioned before not having a ghost type, and there is resists of fighting types, but check again. Would you consider any of those a defensive Pokemon? Sneasler,
This is here for
Mega Meowstic, Volcarona, and Tornadus Incarnate are all the fighting type switch-ins.
this is a team that's here for a lot. This is a team that's not here for a long time. It's here for a good time. All gas,
I mean,
no
bulky
break.
Volcarona with Flame Body could be a decent fighting type switch-in.
Yeah, but it's still taking a shit ton from a close.
Yeah, of course.
How about Choppleberry King Gambit? What?
Yeah. No, hang on. Ditto copying their Slowking Galar. Then you have a fighting type switching.
Ah, yes.
The Slowking Galar that runs CC, everyone knows.
I use Mimic to get the CC.
Of that staggering 70 attack stat.
Brett.
Yeah.
That's like the 60 characters run.
As Roy mentioned before, this team is here for a good time, not a long time. Defenses are not that good. Well, the defenses will get a little boost though because the support we have Veil. Veil's obviously huge.
Yeah.
For an offensive team like this, we have a shit ton of taunt. We have knockoff. We have one Will-O-Wisp user. We have Thunder Waves. We have rocks. No spikes, which is sad for such an offensive-minded team actually. We also have the Rillaboom Grassy Terrain, which supports obviously Sneasler and keeps some other of the more frail mons a little healthier if needed be. So yeah, support is very good. Like it's mainly the Veil and the Grassy Terrain which help this offensive team be the way it needs to be.
Because it does also stop teams from running Earthquake and just running Earthquake, for example, which will reduce some of the damage done. Or if they run Earthquake, it's barely doing anything. So it will help in some matchups.
Yeah.
Yeah, for all those Earthquake weak Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. I mean, King Gambit.
Sneasler.
Like what does. Yes, these are. They now live one hit rather than dying to one.
I do like the addition of not a single ground type or Earthquake user as well. That's very nice.
Well, this team has a ground type.
Good.
Yeah, Swamp.
They have ground type.
Yeah, Swampert.
What was the ground type? I mean, there is a team that doesn't have a ground type.
True.
Yeah, what moron would do that? Come on now.
What moron would leave 3 points unused and not get a ground type? 2 points, my bad. 2 points.
Let's see what moron didn't pick certain ground types and
Because he's coming up next.
Oh wait,
Ah.
this is
Oh,
not.
you're
Moron
next.
This
could
is
have-
Okay.
not terabyte.
This moron could have picked a threat like camera up to mega or
Camera up mega.
Shot a
Sand
combo?
slash.
Trap edge.
Sand Slash or yeah, the Sand Slash. Wow.
I know, right?
Also, can we talk about how Stunfisk is in 4 points, but like Sand Slash is in 2? Like, who made these tiers? Like, these tiers are awful.
Wait, actually, that's a very good point. Yeah. Why is something? Yeah. Tell you what, justice for Terabyte. Let him have Sunfist for 2 points.
No,
Um,
like I was like when I was drafting, I was like, there's just no mons in any tier because half of the Pokemon in the high tiers are Mega Pokemon. There's just nothing to draft. Like, there's nothing there. Like some tiers are half the Pokemon are like Mega Pokemon, and it's like what do I do here? Me with a suspiciously 12-point shaped gap, and it's all Mega Pokemon or something.
It's not half wrong.
These tiers are so bad. Who voted on this? Like, who was there? Drop some names.
These tiers were taken from RWA, aka Reina and Jakoto's league. At least the lower tiers we copied a little bit
Well,
of them.
Reina and Jakoto, you both need to get checked out.
I mean, Raider is a furry, so probably actually.
Now then, from one furry to another,
And Jakoto was in a car accident. He's concussed, bro. Who let him make tiers? Come on now.
from one furry to another, we are at Sairikai.
Holy hazards.
Yes,
Holy hazards.
Holy hazards is the correct word to use here. This guy's getting up hazards for sure. Which way?
Leave some hazards for the rest of us. Holy shit.
Which way? I don't know, but he's getting up hazards. Now then, typings wise, what is he missing? Normal, ghost, and fire. Fire obviously can be nice for a fair resist, but he has enough. Ghost is nice for aforementioned fighting and normal, but he has enough normal and 2 good fighting resists. And for not having a normal type here actually sucks because your only dark type is Greninja, which is not known to be very bulky. So ghost spam is very viable into this guy.
Yeah. Agreed. Like he actually does get hit very hard by ghost spam.
Yeah. Speed tiers are mostly fine. There is no like huge gaps that are in need of mentioning. But yeah, it's more of like the big ghost type weakness. There's a lot of hazard setting. Removal is okay.
Iffy.
It's more you have Mortal Spin Mega Glim, which might be a wasted move slot sometimes on the Mega Glim, considering it wants to be offensive. Fortress is not coming every game, so it's mostly gonna be on the Rotamo.
Which isn't a bad one. Oh, can I make a point actually here a second? You know, because we did rip into you for like drafting Sarah or after calling it a fraud, but Siri literally does insult people for drafting Celesteela all the time.
Yeah, Taco convinced him to join the dark side on Celesteela.
I mean, hopefully he's smart enough to not just bring the sub saucer every single week. I believe in him.
I believe in him too. This is a very non-Siri team. Because normally all this guy drafts is hyper offense, and suddenly we have a bulky ass team from him.
Yeah. He stole from me.
Yeah. Talking about offense, we have Mienshao, we have Garchomp, and that's it. We have there's some Greninja sets and Celesteela sets. Oh, yes, I know.
I was actually gonna bring up Mega Glamora because adaptability of 90 base power is actually hitting harder than you think.
Agreed.
In some niche situations, you could bring that, like Rock Slide. If it's like a 4x weak mon that's specially defensive,
do you want to know its physical move pool?
Rock Slide and Poison Jab.
It's Rock Slide, Stone Edge, Rock Blast, Mortal Spin, Gunk Shot. It doesn't even get Poison Jab.
Oh, Gunshot. That actually is.
Gunk's going to hit harder, no?
And then it has Facade and Explosion.
Yeah. There you go.
Now,
Explosion.
step
No, it
one,
doesn't get adaptability. Explosion.
paranormal. Step
Yeah,
two,
yeah.
adaptability explode. Come on now.
Normal type Mega
Yeah.
Glamora. We're gonna terror the Mega Glamora.
Exactly.
Being serious though, adaptability of 90 base power does hit hard, and also most of those are actually strong physical stab. To be fair,
Chat, why are we trying to convince ourselves that physical Mega Glamora is a thing?
Roy is trying to.
only because I actually considered bringing Rock Slide into
Friends
VGC.
don't lie to each other, so stop lying.
Okay, especially we have Greninja, Glamora, Celesteela, we have niche Nasty Plot Rotom sets, and niche Slowbro sets. And we have the Life Orb Magikarp Clefable.
And also, we have seen someone bring Special Man, Chan win the game, and won £5 from Emilio.
I mean, true. But is it good? No.
No,
Now, I mean, yeah, offense is pretty good. You have Mega Glim, you add to that Garchomp, Gren, Mienshao. It's gonna work pretty well. Celesteela can obviously run like a setup set if needed be. You can have the Life Orb Clef in the bag if you want to. And very niche wise, you also have Slowbro, so there's enough sets to make work. Defensive core is also pretty good. You have a defensive core of Clefable, Slowbro, Rotom mostly. Of course, you add to that Celesteela in some games, Fortress in some games, and then Garchomp can be defensive as well if you need it to be. Works all pretty well. There's no huge...
I'd say
You forgot Carbink.
I'd say Mega Glim also adds a thing of where you can choose not to Mega it first if you think they're going to U-turn and get T-Spikes up, so punishing Mons attacking into it as well.
Fair. And yeah, I did forget the Carbink, but the Carbink is probably a one and done type of game Pokemon. But hey, if it comes more than one time, it comes more than one time.
I can't see Carbink coming more than one time. I don't think it's a bad one pointer, but they've got enough bulk where they don't even need to bring the Carbink ever, really.
Yeah. There's no huge weaknesses on the type chart. Electric one is kind of fake because you have a 4-time resist in Rotom and you have a Garchomp, so yeah, it's fine. The rest looks pretty fine. Ghost obviously is the big issue, as we mentioned before. Your Ghost switching being Greninja is not ideal.
Yeah.
And now to the support, which is the best part about this team, because look at the hazards.
Yep.
This team is going to have hazards up, and you're going to have to live with it. You're just going to run 6 boots, and if you have a Mega Pokemon, it's just going to die a horrible, miserable death into those hazards.
Boot stocks have gone up.
Yeah. This team also has Wish to support Steela if needed be, in the Garchomp if they have defensive sets. We have Heal Bell, we have Taunt, we have one good knock offer, one niche knock offer. We have T-Wave, we have Will-O-Wisp, we have Screens. More than enough stuff to make this team work well. And
the screens especially. The screens especially as well. Rotom, the screens especially, like, you get screens to set up a Rock Polish Mega Lamora, Swords Dance Garchomp. Gwyn doesn't get Nasty Plot anymore. Carmine Clefable, Rock Polish. Sorry, Tom Nice, Celesteela. Like, there's a lot that can set up here. You can even do it with Carbink and do Nitty Explosion just to get a paid switch.
Okay, let's not exaggerate with the fucking Misty Explosion, okay?
I did a paid switch, not to do damage. But yeah, that's Carbink's niche. Carbink's can just basically do screens and then die.
It's going to be interesting to see if Siri can wield this team or not, though, because he's very offense focused.
I believe in you, Siri.
We have next up Order.
What's the point about doing in Kansas?
What? Anyways, Order. Typings wise, only type he's missing is normal, but he has two dark types. One can switch in more than the other, so he's gonna be fine.
Ripple Fairy.
Yeah, he has Triple Fairy. I know. I got kind of mad about the last fairy he took, but I will explain that when I get to it. Speed tiers wise, it looks fine. Mostly, it's just the big speed gap between Whimsicott and Greninja that you have nothing to buffer that. But it's hard to find something that late, anyways. But hey. Next up is hazards. Hazard setting is pretty good. You have Gliscor, you have Rachi, you have some backups if needed be. Removals only defog, which sucks. While Weezing can defog reliably, Wim can do too. Gliscor does not like running defog a lot. Momentum is fine as well. Could be better, could be worse. Offense. We have physically Grand Mega, we have Gouging Fire, we have Primeape, and I guess Doublade and Grimmsnarl can be counted, but they're more iffy offensively. I would count the Araquanid more physically than the other two because of Water Bubble. Especially we have Greninja, we have Rachi on both sides actually. We have Raging Bolt, and yeah, that's about it for offense. Offense is a little weaker on this team, but it's not too bad because we have setup, and we obviously have Gren to clean stuff. We have Rachi that can be niche. We have Gliscor, which can run sword stands if needed be. There's enough stuff there to have a reliable offense going. Defensively, this team is a lot better because obviously we have Rachi plus Gliscor, which is good. Because Rachi covers for Gliscor's weaknesses and Gliscor can cover for Rachi's pretty decently. Then we have obviously the Weezing Galar, which helps. We have Doublade, we have Araquanid. We have some Eviolite Primeape sets if you needed to take a hit. Gouging Fire can be defensive. So yeah, defense is very good on this team. Not a lot of reliable recovery, but that is where the Rachi comes in with the wish support. Because Rachi wishes for the team. We have shit ton of taunt. We have Gliscor is a good knockoff user. Wim as I guess a knockoff user. We have Will-O-Wisp. We have Thunder Waves. Hazard support is obviously good. Now, before we go to the next team here, I want to have a little rant. Because why the fuck did Order take this Whimsicott? He did not need this Whimsicott except for the speed tier. He could have let me have the Whimsicott I wanted, but no, he had to take the Whimsicott. I'm pretty fucking mad about that because I wanted to use Whimsicott actually, and now I'm stuck with fucking Ribombee. That was my rant.
Honestly, a justifiable rant. I actually kind of agree with you because I'm not. Unless he really wanted a grass type. Well, actually, to be fair, he probably wanted so to fit the speed gap and like backup defog. But yeah, I do agree. I don't really see what Wim does there. There's probably a better mon you can put in that place.
Yeah, but I guess I guess he has it. He has 3 fairies. Leave some for the rest of us, man.
Yeah, like Terabyte's got none because of this.
Yeah, exactly.
God forbid a white boy wants to draft a fairy type.
Pretty solid team from Order. Nothing to really complain about. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
Next up is BGC. With like a deadly top 2 in Grey Tusk Palafin.
Physical breakers galore.
Yeah, typings wise, not missing anything. Speed tiers, all good, no issue there. Hazard setting, Skarmory and Grey Tusk kind of sucks because it's a Mega Skarm as well, which wants to be offensive probably more than not. But it's gonna be fine probably. Removal is good because you have one of the 2 best spinners in the game, and you have 3 defoggers that can do it if the job is needed to. Momentum could be better though. Momentum could be better.
Yeah, the momentum. My screen's been a bit funny a minute. There we go. The momentum isn't the best. It's just 4 mons.
Yeah. One thing I almost forgot to mention on the removal, he has
Five mons.
he also has core change if needed be.
Yeah, he actually has 5 mons. So I forgot that Volt. Gets Porygon 2 gets Volt Switch, and also now gets Teleport.
Yeah.
Volt Switch is new in Champions. It did keep that from CA.
Yeah, just isn't
Which is
on the
great.
dock for some reason.
Understandable. That is quite a new update, to be fair. That one I understand why it's on dock.
Now, for offensive core, physically we are stacked. We have Cinderace.
You don't need any more.
We have Megascarm, we have Palafin, and we have Great Tusk. Nothing else you will need physically, ever. Especially is where we run into a little bit of an issue because your strongest special attackers are a tight place for Latias and Jolteon. Which Latias needs set up to be very threatening, and Jolteon is Jolteon without Terra. So, not that scary most of the time.
Full speed, no attack.
Yeah, obviously Palafin can run special sets pretty reliably as well. And Porygon 2 can be strong with analytic or a download boost. But it's very much, special side is very much, hey, I need setup or I'm gonna be ass. While the physical side is, hey, I'm gonna punch a fucking hole through your stomach. Nothing else to add here?
Don't really have much else to say.
Pixari Doom posting. Oh my god.
Yeah. Defensive core. Defensively, we have the Megascarm, which is still good defensively. Gets better, loses a little first dev, but still very good. We have Latias, we have Great Tusk, we have Porygon 2, we have Among Us.
Haha, hilarious.
And we have Spiritomb. So, works all pretty well. We have Wish support from Latias, which is better than the one from Comfey. Because who the fuck wants 51 HP Wish support? But most of, like, Amoonguss has Regenerator anyways, Latias has Recover, Skarmy has Roost, so he's gonna be fine on that end. There's also no big weaknesses, like Ice is a little harpy because your Ice resistances are Cinderace, which is not very defensive, and Palafin, which will get cooked by a Freeze Dry, but otherwise it looks pretty fine. Like, you're gonna be fine with the rest, because like you have good switch-ins into most typings here. For support, as mentioned before, we have Wish support from Latias, we have a lot of Taunt, we have good knockoff from Tusk, and we have Comfey knockoff, we have Will-O-Wisp, we have T-Waves. Momentum could obviously be better. Hazard setting could also be better. Removal is fine, there's no issue with that. We have Memento in the pinch, and we have Encore, so pretty good. Nothing really to complain about. Like, this is the part of the PRs where we just, like, rush through the teams a little bit, because there's less things to say about the teams. Most of the teams coming up are just good teams. Nothing really to say about
Exactly. Is Terabyte in the top 4?
Surely, right.
Well, next up is J Fuka first.
That's not Terabyte. Shame.
Shame. Well, let's get into the basics. No important typing missing. Grass can be nice to have a ground resist, but he has enough immunities that he does not need the grass type. Speed tiers wise, it looks fine. It looks pretty fine. The only issue I have is Iron Valiant is your fastest mon. Having one faster than Iron Valiant is always good to have.
Well, yeah, because now you're forced into prioritizing speed on Valiant rather than offense.
Yep. Hazard setting.
You still, yeah.
Yeah. Hazard setting is good. You have Thorns if you need it. You have Earthworm if you need it. You have Lando, obviously, who loves running his rocks, and you have Spikes and Quillfish. Removal, you have a very good defogger on the Rotom and 2 backup ones if needed be. No spin, which sucks, so you will not keep your own hazards if you have to remove them. And momentum is pretty fine. There's enough of it. Now to the great part about this team. Okay, Roy, you go first.
I was just going to say, yeah, like, it's... Sorry, because I was on mute as well. like this has the only reason we got all from on here for the hazards is just as a backup hazards bot. Like it's not, it might not even come to a single match. We just had 2 spare points.
Okay, fair. Now then, for offenses, we have Iron Valley and physically Kirim, Lando, Scizor, Iron Thorns, all great. Especially we have Iron Valiant again, Zoroark, we have Kirim again, and Lando T can run special, Rotom can run Nasty Plot, and we also have the Prim. So offensively, this team is stacked.
It is.
Yeah.
Very hard
Zoroark
hitting
also
mons.
makes it.
Yeah,
Zoroark also makes it a threat as well because it can pretend to be some of these massive threats and can then nuke those threats in return.
mhm.
Agreed.
This offense could also be a 10 just because you have 2 of the best mixed attackers in the game in Kirim and Iron Valiant. So it's gonna be a hey, do I predict the set right type of game against Jfuka.
Some great mind games in the builder before it even begins.
Oh yeah, for sure. Defensive core is a little worse. You still have good defensive mons in the Lando, the Rotom, the Quillfish. Mega Scizor is obviously good defensively. Iron Thorns is good as long as you don't run into a ground type. And well,
We're spoiling.
Or from in niche matchups against a Zygarde can be a good defensive mon.
yeah. And Prim
And that's
obviously
about it.
also a good defensive mon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love a good Primarina.
Support wise, this team supports itself pretty good as this is a very offensive minded team and it supports itself with hazards and good momentum. You also have a lot of taunt, a lot of knockoff, a lot of good knockoff as well, which is apparently a little rare to see in this division. With Will-O-Wisp,
For some reason.
we have Thunder Waves. We don't have a lot of reliable recovery on this team, sadly, which does take down the points as you also don't have Wish to help out some of these Pokemon that might
I mean,
want
yeah, we only have
recovery.
Pain Split on 2 mons, right?
Yeah,
Pain Split, Rotom, Pain Split, Quillfish.
And Roost.
And
Roost
Roost,
on
Mega
2 of the
Scizor.
mons.
Yeah.
And Hiram.
And Kirim. I didn't know it got Roost, fair enough.
Yeah. Roost is actually quite a common move on it.
yeah. One of the most common sets back in OU was it was what Freeze Ray, Earth Power, Roost substitute.
But that was fun.
That was for sure fun to play against, man.
But yeah,
this team's biggest support is obviously, like as mentioned before, the hazards, also the mind games that can be played with Zoroark. As you can sword stance with Zoroark, imagine the panic you will have when it's suddenly not an Iron Valiant that sword stance, it is a Zoroark that suddenly kills your Iron Valiant counter.
Yep.
and then Iron Valiant just comes in, lights a cigarette, sweeps, calls it a day.
Yeah. But yeah,
Gotta love it.
I accidentally spoiled the next team on the list, which is Fury. Another
Can't believe you, Ben.
person that sniped me, unfortunately, because I really wanted a Cyclozar originally.
Hey,
So
they
Ben
have
has
good taste.
bias already.
They have good taste at least. They're gonna snipe you.
Yeah, typings wise, they're only missing Bug, which is the least consequential type to miss. Speed tiers,
Yay.
Speed tiers are very good, nothing to complain about. Hazard setting, rocks are good. Spikes, it's only your Frostlash, so that kind of sucks. But there's a Samurai
Especially
Hisui.
since it's Mega,
There's a
who
Samurai
fits a new
Hisui.
role now that it's Mega.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say this. Spikes might not come that often. I don't. Because we get to see Mega Frostlash used a lot. We don't know how much it'll bring Spikes, but it can definitely do it.
I mean, they don't need to. There's a Samurai Hisui.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just for that. Also, Aerodactyl is surprisingly good as a suicide lead rocker. It
Yeah.
can catch some people off guard. I actually used it before. It's actually surprisingly fun.
Yeah, we also have.
I believe it.
We also have a great defogger in Zapdos. We have backups if needed be, and we have Cyclozar, which is a great spinner. I wanted that, but I didn't get to have it. Thanks for that, Fury.
Can't have it all, Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Momentum.
You could have got wins up.
So greedy.
Shut up, Roy. Dude, this guy's trying to rage bait me so much today. Anyways, momentum support is good. You have a good amount of momentum. Although it could be better considering you want to have probably Frostless and Kartana in as much as possible. Yeah. Now to the offensive core. Physically, it's Kartana, Samurai Hisui, and Tauros plus maybe an Aerodactyl. There is Life Orb Cyclizar sets or Shift Gear sets that can work, but they need setup or right situations to work.
Aerodactyl can definitely get away with running banned in some matchups, which helps make it let you hit like a truck.
Yeah, but physical offense is running mostly through Samrod and Kartana because they are probably coming the most out of all the physical attackers. Especially, it's the Mega Frostless show with Sylveon and Zapdos as backups if they need to be.
Agreed.
Then,
Nidoqueen as well, actually, because Nidoqueen does get Sheer Force Life Orb.
Yeah, true. So Nidoqueen you can count for both offenses as well because it can run also some physical sets because it's a Gen 1 Pokemon. It has enough coverage.
I love it.
Yeah, defensive core is where this team is a little weaker because the defensive core is relying on Zapdos, Uxie, Nidoqueen, and Sylveon to carry a lot of the burden. While they are, especially Zapdos and Sylveon, are good at carrying that burden, Uxie can sometimes be just, hey, I have to run Colbert Berry or I'm going to die. And Nidoqueen is obviously, it's a Gen 1 Pokemon. Its base stats have been power grabbed a lot.
At least Mega Frostless gets a Aurora Veil.
Yeah, which is the next part I wanted to mention. The support. We have Aurora Veil.
My bad.
we also have
Uxie,
Uxie, which is screens, encore, memento, heal bell. You have wish support from Sylveon, which helps a lot with for the Uxie and Nidoqueen. You have great knockoff users. You have Will-O-Wisps. You have Thunder Wave. You have hazards. Yeah, basically everything you would want from a supporting cast for such an offensive or I guess balance-minded team. You have it.
Agreed.
Anything else you guys want to say to Fury's team?
Good team, honestly. I'm a big fan.
Fury is the Reina of this season for me.
Damn.
Number 2, we have MRF with a solid score of 8 across the board.
This can only mean Terabyte's number 1, right?
No, surely.
Let's get
back-to-back seasons, guys.
Back-to-back seasons on number 1.
Number 1.
Well, let's start with
He's our number 1.
Let's start with the typings. There's not anything important missing because ice is not that important, and electric could be nice, but it's not necessary as we've mentioned before. Speed tiers, pretty good. No big complaints here. Hazard setting, pretty good. No big complaints there. Removal, you have a great spinner. You have defog on 2 mons that is back up, so if you need it, you have it.
I did not know Chomeka got defog until basically I looked at this team. Generally, I didn't know that.
I knew.
I did not know.
I did not know either, huh?
Ben's a knower.
No, I've used the Chomeka once because I needed a levitator for low points, and it was right there, and I was like, hey, it also gets defog. Why the fuck not?
Damn, I thought I glazed some Lotus.
It came to a single game. It clicked defog and then it died, but hey, it did its job.
Hashtag Pharaoh.
That's all you
for me
need
this
sometimes,
season.
though.
It's basically my Pharaoh going to be 5 times this season if I do actually bring it.
Basics pretty good across the board. No huge complaints. Like momentum is there. Like everything is there. Offensive core. Physically, we have Meowscarada, we have Iron Treads, we have Flamigo, we have Dragonite, and we have some niche Dunsparce and Diancie sets. Especially, we have niche Meowscarada sets, because Roy is going to mention the specs Meowscarada if I want to or not. Then we have the Iron Moth. We have Sinistra, we have Trimeco, we have niche Diancie sets, and we have niche Dragonite sets that also work on the special side.
I would say being more serious, like slightly more serious than Masquerada bringing specs just to kill them Ultras with Power Gem. The Dunder often will actually run special sometimes as well because Boom Burst hits very hard.
Yeah, but Hyperdrill did get a buff, so physical might start getting more traction.
Has that been on Showdown yet?
It is in Champions. I don't know
know.
if it's on Showdown yet, but hey,
What do you get buffed to?
120.
Rare.
Oh,
So did
damn.
Peak Blast.
That's cool.
Side note.
Oh, Big Blast got buffed as well. Damn.
Peak
Two
Blast,
cannons
yeah,
stocks
120.
fly.
Yeah, a lot of signature moves got buffed.
Woo! I'm using a 2 cannon at the moment in a league, so this is
Fun fact.
beautiful.
Snap Trap is now a steel type move.
Yeah,
As it should have been from the fucking start, honestly.
it should have been. Yeah.
That really made no sense when it was a grass type. Like what?
Now then, for the defensive core of MRF, we have Iron Treads, we have Sinistra, we have Aloe Momola, we have Chimeco, which is a valid defensive Pokemon. It has good stats, it has recovery. We have the Dunsparce, we have Diancie. All pretty good defensive mons. Most of them get natural recovery, which is also pretty good to have for those mons. And the Aloe obviously supports with Wish, because it will keep the Treads alive. It will keep the Dragonite multi-skill back on. It will help in a lot of ways.
Agreed.
Yeah, obviously the hazards support the team as well, because good hazards means offense flows better. Momentum is good. We have Encore, we have Wish, we have Memento, we have Sticky Webs if you ever need them.
They even have 3 Heal Bell mons because Chimeco gets Heal Bell.
Yeah.
Does it? Damn.
Oh, 4 Heal Bell. 4. Oh wait, no, 3. Yeah, it's 3 Heal Bell ones.
Yeah. We have Taunts, we have good knockoff users with Aloe, Meow, and Treads. We have 2 T-Wave users. We don't have a Will-O-Wisp user, but we have the Matcha Gacha burn chances, which...
Wait, I'm off. I'll get a Widow.
Apparently not.
Damn.
I don't think so, no.
Damn. I forget.
Shame.
Yeah, it does not get
Just Skull
Will-O-Wisp.
Burn them with ammo.
Yeah, Roy loves Skull Burns.
Damn, that is actually shocking. It doesn't get Widow, but I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, this team is probably the most well-rounded team we have in the Quag division. It's a lot of mons that probably will not come as much, as I don't think the Flamigo and this Spidos will show up that much. But the rest of the mons all could probably come in any given week and put on a show.
Flamigo feels like a mon that will come to like one matchup, maybe 2, just because there's a specific like fighting weakness, or it just basically deals with a certain mon very easily.
Yeah, that's what I would say. But yeah, MRF into Drop Kamalos at number 2. And if you have paid attention, you will know who's number 1. It is so
It's Terabyte.
Absolutely gutted.
Wait, who the fuck is this?
Who let this guy in? What the fuck?
It is Caden Owens, VGC connoisseur.
This isn't VGC.
Well, fuck. Guess we put him in 16 and put the actual 16th in number 1.
Sounds good to me, man.
No way, I'm lost.
You literally are.
Now that's outrageous.
You got no fairy or ground type.
Yeah, because there are no good fairy or ground types anymore.
That's fine, but
fucking
that's why you
bad.
laugh. Your basics are that bad. That's what put you last. You're actually tied with someone as well.
Nah, I would put a challenge out there for anyone to try and fix my team. It's impossible, bro.
Just draft a ground mon, man.
Which one?
You can probably fix that.
Which
Sand
one?
Slash? Trap Inch?
Sand Slash. Yes,
Okay,
I'm gonna
no.
bring Sand Slash, bro. It's gonna do so
No,
many
okay.
cool things.
In fairness, Harry, it has to be a ground type he'd actually bring. I would still be rating it low if he had Sand Slash as his ground type. Because I'd be like, you got fucking
it's
Sand
another
Slash as your
spinner
ground
for him.
type.
It's another spinner for him.
I was not fixing.
I mean,
no, to fix it, he needs an actual ground type, not an actual like 3-point ground type.
There's
mean,
nothing
I agree
to
with
fix
Terra
this
on that.
team.
I mean, there's Gastrodon.
And
Gash
then
on my
what?
pick. Then he does need to get a spinner. Then, to be fair,
Gastronon's a good idea, actually.
probably drop Garg and then add Gastrodon and then add something else after that. Probably, and then generally that probably put the team up a few point rankings at least. Probably above Ben, maybe above Emilio. This isn't that like considering you've got no ground and no fairy type. This team could be a lot worse.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, back to Soda.
Back to Soda Mario. Now, typings, we're missing Ice, Bug, which are not important, and Electric, which is nice to have, but not necessary. Speed tiers are great, nothing to complain about here. Speed gaps are properly bridged everywhere. Hazard setting, you have Glamora, so you're gonna have free hazards a lot of the time. You have Tink for rocks as well, and Seismitoad in case you needed it to back it up as well. You have a good Defogger and Florges, and in Talonflame, and a backup in Latios. You also have Mortal Spin with Glamora. No Rapid Spin, which sucks, but you have enough to keep you going.
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
Mortal Spin's basically Rapid Spin.
yeah. You have offensive core on the physical side of Zerud, Mega Lopunny, Aegislash. And there is niche Talonflame and Latios sets that can be physically offensive. Then especially we have Latios, we have Glamora, we have Aegislash again, and some niche Florges sets that can be used here. So yeah, offensively works very well because Latios and Mega Lopunny work very well with each other, and you have the buffed Aegislash as well with the Poltergeist now, which will definitely be a threat.
Of course.
As long as you hit.
Of course, as long as you hit.
As long as they're not running no item.
Yeah. For defensive purposes, you have Seismitoad, you have Florges, you have Tinkaton. You have Aegislash sets that can be defensive, as we know Ordinary's favorite set, the Sub King Shield Toxic set.
Yay.
G-Gen.
Yes. A big thing here is as well the Florges on the defensive side is also a great support because he helps keep alive. Aegislash helps keep alive Seismitoad and Tinkaton as well. Like those mons all will benefit a lot from the Wish support. Talonflame can heal itself, Latios can heal itself, the Root can technically heal itself. Now for some other support, as mentioned before, hazard support is pretty good. You have enough momentum for the team as it's not a big team, and almost half of it can momentum. You have Memento, you have Heal Bell, you have good Taunt, you have good Knockoff, you have Will-O-Wisp, you have T-Wave, you have Screens. Yeah, there's not a lot. There's not a lot to complain about this team. This team is
fantastic, honestly.
This team is very well balanced. Like from offense to defense, very well balanced.
Even the lowest point in defensive core is like still decent, like pretty good. So
yeah, like the lowest point of the defensive core is like Talonflame, but Talonflame can still get you a flame body burn. It can
exactly.
It can still take a hit in a pinch. So yeah.
Or even in some niche matchups at a pinch, it can do Gale Wings bullshit with like Brave Bird or Hurricane.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, it's fantastic. I love this team a lot.
Yeah. Also, a part that I really like about this team, if you run Air Balloon, Tinkaton, and lose your item, the mons that want a U-turn on the route will get pickpocketed by Tinkaton.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah,
and flame bodies on Talonflame as well.
Yeah, so he can punish U-turns very effectively that will go into the route. So somebody who wants to punish U-turns is in first place, and somebody who wants to punish U-turns is in last place.
Because what we learned is, as you can see, this team has a ground type in Seismitoad and a fairy type in
What's your ground type, Roy? What's your ground type?
Sandy Shocks.
It doesn't matter, because you're in the shit div. I said it.
My fairy type's flawless, by the way.
Yeah, no one asked about your fairy type, mate.
Wait, is Sandy Shocks on the board? There you go. Sandy Shocks is available. There you go. There's a ground type that's available. It's a
No,
real
I
one.
don't want it. That's a mon for overrated British guys.
That's crazy.
Hey,
Yeah, well, I said it. I said it.
that's rude. Fat for no reason.
Anyways.
Crazy coming from the guy in last place, man. All I'm saying.
Yeah.
Where were you last season?
Doesn't matter, bro. Got better PRs than you do.
In the lower div.
Yeah. An egg, bro.
Still, even in total score, man. All I'm
the
saying.
div where Paid Pick has just lost his first game. That's what you're talking about. That's what you're trying to flex on me right now. So
Because he rushed, man. It's not even a few
Hey,
days,
spoilers,
man.
spoilers, guys.
he lost, bro. We all saw it coming. Paid Pick has lost.
He got 6 by Cutie Fly. It was fucking wild.
The date is I guess the 26th of recording this. It's the 27th technically, but the 26th, and he's already lost his first game, and he's already doom posting. Let's keep it real, guys.
He got 6 by Cutie Fly. It's acceptable.
Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. We are not biased, we swear, because we put 3 of the 4 org members in the bottom 5.
Yep. And Terra bottom.
Hey, fuck this, man. Watch me go 5 and 4.
You mean
Then
4?
they'll be talking differently.
You mean 4 and 5? You mean 4 and 5?
Or whatever.
Your team.
Tomatoes, man.
I can see you winning with your team, but there's definitely massive weaknesses in there.
Like as soon as the first game I lose, I'm gonna change it. You know, so
That's valid. Honestly, it's not that far from being good. It just needs a ground type and a fairy type, and you're fine.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, this was the QUAGSIRE PRs. We have actually managed to stay close under 2 hours, which is probably
Just about.
It's probably a new record for us with PRs not being 2 hours. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. And in the coming days, we will release the next ones in the order the draft's finished in. So remember, P Whooper is next, then it's Whooper, then it's Egg, and last is Clodsire because Clodsire are Johners. See you guys next time. We were the Clodcast, and we wish you a good week. Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.